Hi everyone, Loving Soul here. I hope this video finds you well. Today I'm excited to share with you an odd rogue list. It's been a while since I've played odd rogue, but one of the new innovations that's come out for the deck is including Magic Carpet. So if you didn't know, in the recent expansion, odd rogue got access to a fun little one drop called Bloodsail Flybooter. In the past we've run Firefly, but this Flybooter gives us a total of an extra 2 1-drops, and that means more fuel for our Magic Carpet to rush with. For the most part, this is a pretty standard wild list. The only thing is I was a little constrained by my collection. You're probably wondering, like, why am I only running one Vilespine Slayer? It's because I only have one. Otherwise, I would definitely run the second Vilespine Slayer. In its place, I'm running Crazed Chemist. Crazed Chemist has a lot of good synergy with Salcy Deckhand in the late game. Being able to burst them for 6 damage is always nice. Combine that with Leroy, and that's like a lot of good damage. Obviously can't do that all in the same turn. The second card that I didn't have a second copy of was Bad Luck Albatross. Instead, I wanted to add another early drop and add more fuel for my carpet, so I just put in Swashbuckler. Sometimes getting a random card from your opponent's class is nice. And that's the thing about Odd Rogue, is that it's very flexible. I wanted to touch upon some cards that you might want to include in your deck if you're missing cards like I am. So in the past, we've run AoE options in Odd Rogue. I think the best example is Dark Iron Skulker, being able to do 2 damage to all undamaged enemy minions. This was really relevant in the Odd Paladin mirror match, or pretty much any token deck, being able to clean the board very efficiently. But nowadays, that might not be as relevant with Carpet, but it's something to keep in mind. Another option for the 5-drop slot, if you just want a generally good threat, is kind of overlooked. It's Cobalt Scalebane. If you have even like a 1/1 token out, giving it an extra 3 attack can help you develop a pretty menacing board. And finally, if you're finding like a lot of aggressive decks in your ladder range, you might want to put in Ziliax for some healing. I don't actually have Ziliax, but right here. So, Rush Life Steal is always great. The only thing I want to point out is if you do run Ziliax, I would highly suggest running Snip Snap in your deck. Snip Snap is just another solid card to drop on curve or even later in the game, and it can really create some swing turns with Ziliax. But besides that, yeah, we're just going to have some fun with this Odd Rogue deck. Alrighty, we're against Warrior. So the first thing that comes to mind when I see Warrior is it's probably an aggressive variant. So what are some things I want to keep? I want to try out this Magic Carpet. We do have the Flybooter for a lot of fuel. As a result, I'm probably going to toss this Hench Clan Thug. This probably isn't as good against Pirate Warrior, so I probably want to see a couple more 1-drops just to keep fueling this carpet, but maybe this Flybooter is enough. Oh, double Magic Carpet isn't the greatest, but we'll live.
None will survive.
Oof, we drew Baku. It's probably the worst draw in our deck, but that's fine. I'm just gonna start out with 1-drop. We get a Patches as well, which is nice. We want to save these 1/1s to combo with one of our carpets. Next turn is probably Dagger, unless we see some. Oh, okay. Dragon Roar. So it's some sort of value warrior deck. With that in mind, I'm still gonna Dagger. I probably want to save this coin to combo with Fungal Mancer to get an early Fungal Mancer to push pressure here. The reason why I didn't swing with Dagger is we won't have much time to swing to re-Dagger up, so we're just gonna hold it for a while. It is very tempting to play Lackey here. To play Miscreant here to get our lackeys, and I think I'm gonna do that. How many cards do I have in my hand? So we'll go to 8. I think this is fine. So I'm gonna play Evil Miscreant here. Alright, we got Ethereal Lackey and Titanic Lackey. Probably just gonna discover a spell to open up our options. Myra's Unstable Element. It's a very tempting card. I think I'm going to take this Myra's. It's going to be our last ditch effort when we run out of fuel. Punch down this 3-2, clean up the board, and punch his face with these 2-1-1s. We have a lot of fuel. We're going to have 10 cards next turn. Oh, so he's running some Galakrond Dragon hybrid. This is the crazy stuff you see on the wild ladder. It's a lot of room to be creative with your decks. So we have 4 mana this turn. I want to get one of the carpets out. So this is going to give our 1/1s 2 attack, and that's pretty... We can't play this, it's going to clog our hand. Let's protect our other 1/1s by taunting up the carpet. I don't mind that this carpet's a little exposed because we have a second carpet. And keep punching him in the face. Next turn's 5 mana. We probably want to play this Fungalmancer, or we can keep like shooting out these 1/1s. So he's going to go to... Oof, that's a lot of damage on my carpet, but might be alright. Oh, Faceless Corruptor is very good. But I want to keep pushing damage to his face. So what I'm going to do is get rid of this guy. And then... Let's see, if we buff this up, it gets to 4 health. Sure, let's buff up our carpet and just start punching space. Let's see, he's invoked twice, so Scion is probably coming, so I didn't want him to get a free trade into this. There are three summons, 3/3/2s, and yep, there's Scion. So he has to double trade here, which isn't the best for him. And he's probably going to trade with my 3/3, and that's fine. Alright, we have so much fuel. I'm gonna summon my second carpet. No, we might want to keep that for a swing turn. I'm gonna take a slower turn this turn. I'm gonna swing with this 1/1 and make 2 4/4s. And then probably refuel my hand with this Flybooter, I think. So we play it, we go to 7, yep, let's just go ahead and do that. And punch him in the face. So he's pretty low. He's already gotten to 13. We have a pretty lethal board. And I think the thing is, like, you're seeing how much pressure we're putting on with Odd Rogue. And we have such a full hand too. So we're, not only are we putting pressure on him, we have the resources to keep the aggro going. So we have 6, 7. This is 9, 11. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably try to find lethal somehow. With this magic carpet, I can add 1 extra damage here. So I'm just gonna recount lethal real quick. 6, 7, 10. So I think I'm gonna play this, and then I'm going to play Evil Miscreant. Look for the 2 damage laggers. 1 extra damage. So I don't think we have quite enough. We might have to wait till next turn then. Okay, let's just go ahead and do this. I'll take some damage here, but we'll put pressure on him. I'm just gonna play this Titanic Lackey and taunt this 1/4. I'm doing this just so like he can't get rid of the rest of my board. I have like more than enough fuel to refuel. Okay. So Deathwing does deal with my board pretty well here. Oh, I got Leroy off the top. I'm not gonna BM or anything, let's just go for it. Alright, so good first game. Start us off. There's a lot of pressure. I thought he might be a Pirate Warrior, but turned out to be a Galakrond Warrior at the end of the day. We're keeping this win streak going, so good first game.
Versus Hazel. little bark. Here for a lesson. None can escape my fury.
Alrighty, so for our second match, we're against a Druid with the new tree hero. So maybe they're playing some sort of treant Druid. I'm very happy to see a 1-drop. I'm going to assume they're going to be playing some token-based decks, so we want to help control the board. Obviously, SI7 agent is very good for that, but as Odd Rogue, we already have a 2 damage dagger, so we're highly incentivized to dagger turn 2. As such, I'm just going to toss back this SI7 agent because I want to be playing this Feral Cat turn 1. A Hench Clan Thug, I think, curves well into turn 3, where we can buff it up by probably punching one of his tokens. So 2 Feral Cats. Okay, a lot of fuel again.
None will survive.
Yep, it looks to be some sort of treant Druid. I'm actually going to go ahead and coin out my dagger and punch out this 2/2. I think it's too weak on tempo to play this Feral Cat. I can just hold the second dagger charge and then play out both these Feral Cats next turn. And then we'll still have, like, hopefully a charge going into turn 3. So yeah, we're going to punch out this 2/2, I guess. First I'm going to play the first Feral Cat. We did get a Flybooter, but it's better to play more stats early on. Restless Mummy is pretty good. This is 2 3 damage rushes for later. And let's see what we get with our second Feral Cat. This Generous Mummy isn't nearly as good for obvious reasons, but we might be able to play it later in the game when my opponent has not as much fuel. Let's get rid of this Treant. So the thing with Treant Druid is they got some extra draw support in this expansion. I think it's called Aeroponics. You get to essentially draw 2 cards for free once you have 3 Treants on the board. So he plays Landscaping, summoning 2 Treants. I want to keep cleaning this board, but let's plan out our next turn, right? So next turn we probably want to play Hench Clan Thug and another Fly, like one of the 1/1s from this. So I'm okay with like continuing to clean up these 2/2s with my dagger. Let's just do this. I'm going to take the Valley trade because they have a lot of 1/1s to help pick off this 2/2. I think he's incentivized to trade here. Otherwise, my dagger is going to get a free trade. And there's Aeroponics, and he actually pays 3 mana for it, so that's pretty bad for him. Usually, from what I've seen, is most people get to play this for free. And we have to think about why he did that. That means the rest of his hand must be extremely expensive. They don't tend to play that many like expensive cards, so I'm assuming he has a lot of buffs in his hand. We're at 9 cards. This is a good turn to play Hench Clan Thug and buff it up. I'm going to play 1 Sky Pirate. The only thing I'm possibly scared of is if he's teching something like oh gosh, it's been so long. The 6 mana card that summons a bunch of Scarabs. They might be playing that as an answer to aggro decks. Hopefully I can consolidate my board. Oh, he's playing Starfall. But that's fine. It's not the end of the world. Alrighty, so what are we going to do this turn? Let's just buff up these 2 Hench Clan Thugs. If 1 Hench Clan Thug was good, why not 2? So we have 2 beefy boys starting to grow. It's good that we have 1/1/1 in our hand. We can combo this with our Faceless Corruptor. And it's really good against the Treants, obviously, because they can pick off 2 Treants and stick on the board and continue threatening. One thing we have to keep in mind is he did play Starfall, so he probably has a second one, but not as likely that he's going to have the second one for a while. Wow, my opponent is playing all of these Treant cards without Treants on the board. And I mean, he has the Treant hero, so I'm assuming he knows what he's doing. But maybe he's trying out the deck for the first time, or he's just desperate. He's floating 2 mana again. It's not good for our opponent. So let's think if we have lethal, because we do have quite a bit of damage available to us. So we have 6 damage here. This is 8, and then 9 plus 11. So we have lethal here already.
Justice is mine.
Okay. Very fast game. I think our opponent just didn't get the synergy cards that he needed, so he had to play a lot of slow turns, but a nice second win with our odd rogue deck.
Mael versus Tyrande.
You give me strength. None can escape my fury.
Our third game is against Priest. I'm not a fan of playing against Priest. We probably are going to mulligan away Leroy for later. Keeping a 1-drop is always nice. And I'll keep the South Sea Captain just as a way to get patches out of our deck. And Henchland Thug is a backup plan. So I think this is fine. We'll keep this. So we played against a Resurrect Priest last time. I wonder what variant this is.
None will survive.
We have another hand with 2 Pharaoh Cats in it. Psionic Probe. That's a new one. Alrighty, let's just play our Pharaoh Cat and see what we get. Wrapped Golem. It's not bad. It's gas for the late game. It's a little slow, but something to play later if we get that far. Our opponent passes. I'm gonna take it slow. I'm just gonna dagger up. I probably won't dagger again for a while because I have plenty of cards to fill out my curve. I'm just gonna hold on to this dagger. Plus, he doesn't get full value out of this heal. So here, let's just get patches out of our deck. And we're gonna hold, we're gonna hold our dagger one more turn. I'll probably punch next turn because I usually like daggering up turn 5 when I have like an extra mana slot. Things to look out for. So turn 5 is a big AoE turn for priests. They like playing Mass Hysteria and whatnot. So what's the best way we can hedge into that? Kind of hard. Let's just play let's play some of our gas, I guess. So this is Reborn, but we'll see. I'm just gonna punch some damage here. He'll probably play the first AoE, and we have some gas, so I'm not too worried. Next turn, I might do something like double Henchclan Thug and punch him in the face. But this should get his first AoE, definitely. I just find it hard to get value out of the second South Sea Captain. Oh, Excavated Evil. Wow, I haven't seen that card in a while. So playing that second South Sea Captain was so good. And we're unlucky to get this, but I mean, I'm glad that we dodged most of the damage here. So I'm going to play kind of around it by playing a Reborn card. I mean, I'm tempted to play the second one, but he probably has to do another round of AoE here, so which is why I'm playing this Reborn card, just to have a little bit more stickiness on the board. Next turn we're going to want to re-dagger up, just keep applying this pressure. We have an extra 2 damage from hand as well. Oh, damage Stegodon. Okay. I'm fairly sure we have some sort of like lethal setup here, right? So I mean, alrighty. So another quick game. I mean, it was like we pretty much got to play cards and just rush down our opponent. I was very fortunate that we played the second South Sea Captain to dodge that 3 damage AoE, and that pretty much helped seal the game. Alrighty, so another good 3 games with our odd rogue deck today. We played against a Dragon Galakron Warrior, a Tree Druid, and some variant of Priest. We only saw the Priest play AoE, so we really don't know what they were playing. I think what I took away from this deck is that Magic Carpet did really shine in the game we got to play against the Warrior. We got to rush and help control the board. Another thing that strikes me about Odd Rogue nowadays is that we have so much fuel. We got 2 games where we started out with Feral Cats, and that along with Flybooter just meant we had gas for days and we could keep applying pressure while not having the fear of running out of fuel. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Odd Rogue deck. I hope you guys have fun with it if you do decide to bring it on the ladder, and I'll see you guys next time.